Hello guys and welcome back to the channel here, and today I'm redoing the first part because I didn't like the way I ended off the original first part of this series, so I'm redoing it because I felt like I rushed the first part, and I'm also sorry for not uploading in so long. I've just had a lot of things going on right now. I had the projects to do, essays, and just a lot of things going on, so I couldn't upload. But hopefully you enjoyed this redo, and yeah. And I will also be doing some more one shots in the future. Just recommend some ideas you want me to do in the comments below, and I might do them. But let's get into this part. So now, Naruto, the way he's gonna get his powers, his level powers, is gonna be similar. And the twist, well, it's a twist. You're gonna have to find out that later. But the normal game ability, they can level up and all that stuff. But yeah, the twist, it's gonna be a nice twist. I'm actually gonna change the twist from what it was before. But yeah, now Naruto, he's always been hated by his family. Always been hated. The only ones who's ever cared for him was Hinata, Shikamaru, and Choji. They're the only ones who's ever cared for him. But even that's not enough for him. It's never been, because everybody else hates him. Everybody else stares at him with hatred, even though he did nothing wrong. And everybody else abuses him, and he really does not appreciate it. He does love his friends very deeply, and they love him back too, but he would love to have some love from his siblings, Menma, Mito, and his parents, as well as his godparents. Now, basically, we're gonna go back in time. We're gonna go back, let's say, 6 years. A year before the academy starts. Now, Naruto, he was the firstborn. So, yeah, he was the firstborn. And then it was Menma, and then, it was Mito, and then Menma. And just like in canon, Obito kidnapped all three of them. He kidnapped Menma. And Minato obviously didn't want any of his children to die, so he went for him. And Obito then captured Kushina. Yeah, Minato was like, dang it. Dang it, dang it, dang it. Who is that, and why is he attacking us now? Does he know that she's weak? Did he come for the tailed beast? For her? But why? Why would he want her? And Minato was just, very, very angered because his wife just got kidnapped for a reason he doesn't completely understand. He's a genius, but even he can't comprehend why some random guy would just kidnap his wife. Like, there's really no reason for that. And he doesn't even understand how that guy got in here. He saw the guy teleport away. Well, like, use some type of space-time jutsu. He's like, is that like my thing? I forgot the name. I think it was like Hirshin? Yeah. He's like, is that like my Hirshin? No, it's different. He didn't use his kunai or nothing. But it has to be some type of space-time jutsu. But I can't worry about that now. I have to put these kids down, and I have to go and fight Kushina. Good thing I put a ceiling on. But first I gotta put... No. I do it after. He goes and teleports his kids to the house. And then he tells them, I'll be back, my children. But he feels this hatred for Naruto. He doesn't know, he can't understand it. But it's just this hatred that he feels is slowly growing. But for now, he can't really dwell on that right now. He has to go and save his wife before something bad happens that he wouldn't appreciate. So he teleports to his wife, and he sees Kurama, or the Kyuubi, get unsealed and start ravaging the village. And he's like, was that his plan? To destroy Konoha? Does he understand who I am? The fourth Hokage? the best, he's gonna pay. And then he starts throwing hands with Obito. And we're just gonna time skip because it goes like original canon. Obito gets his ass whooped and he leaves. And he says to Minato, one day, your kid, you will hate him. But he'll get even more powerful than me. And he'll kill you and destroy this village. I promise that, Minato. Namikaze, on my Uchiha blood, as I, Madara Uchiha, makes everything come true. And then Obito then disappears. And Minato's like, what is he talking about? What could he be talking about? Oh, my bad. But Minato's just like, can't worry about that now. I have to stop this beast. And Hiruzen is just like chilling in his house, just waiting for his wife to come back. And then he hears just a bunch of screaming and ravaging and destruction going on outside. And he's like, what is that? And then he looks outside and he sees the Nine Tails. He's like, the Nine Tails? What? As he goes over there to make sure that he can lessen the damage alongside Minato. And Minato goes back to the house to get his kids, so he could seal it into them, because he knows that the village needs a Jinchuriki so they could still be strong. But yeah, little does he know, Naruto's not going to be a Jinchuriki at all. He probably will contain the soul, but that's pretty much it, because the soul will help him train with the ability. But yeah. Anyways, Minato then goes and summons Genbuta. And Hiruzen goes around and asks, what's going on? What's going on? What's happening? As people were telling him, the Nine Tails has been unsealed from Kushina. Well, from very little people tell him that. Like Yambu and the super high ranking Jonin. Like the very important Jonin, like Shikaku and all that stuff. Well, not Shikaku, Shika. I think it's Shikamaru's dad name? I don't remember. Yeah, I think it's Shika. Anyways, my bad. And Shika's like, I think he's going to try to use that jutsu. And Haru's like, he's too young to die. And Shika tells him that his wife is also passed away. And Haru's just like, I have nothing to live for. My wife is dead. My son, I don't know what happened to him tonight. And I've lived a long enough life. I fought through 3 wars, not 2 wars. I think I can die here. As he goes up to Minato, he's like, Minato, Minato, I can't let you seal this in. I can't let you use this jutsu. You're too young to die now. As Minato's like, no, me and my wife might die today. If not my wife, then I will. I need you to take care of them. Please, make sure that my men meet her heroes. And Hiruzen's like, wait, doesn't he have 3 children? But anyways, I can't really go on that right now. He then knocks out Minato, whatever you want to call him. I'm going to call him just Minato for now on. And he's like, Minato, I've told you before. Your wife will be fine. Tsunai's on her way to heal her anyways. I can't let you die. You're too young. You must take care of your 3 children. As he then looks at Naruto, he's like, Naruto, sadly, I think your father's forgotten about you. I don't have much time, but please, be better than him. Be better than me. Change this world for the better. Stop all this war, if possible. within your power. As he then does this jutsu, and he seals the soul into Naruto, and he gives the other children the chakra because he knows that Naruto is probably going to be hated, so he doesn't want Naruto to be exploited for any type of power he can have. So he didn't give Naruto any power. He just gave him the soul because he knew that eventually that the power will most likely be transferred to the soul, and that Naruto will be more stronger and more powerful and prove to his father not to neglect him and treat him bad. Because from him hearing Minato forget Naruto, he knows that Naruto's probably not going to have too good of a life. So he wants Naruto to have the soul, so it might be able to possibly train him. So yeah. And then he passes away, a hero who cared for everybody at the end of the day, who wouldn't even let the fourth Hokage die and put his life on the line and died for him. Tsunade then comes over and sees her dead sensei. She's like, "You're a hero to live and Hiruzen sensei. I commend you for that." And then she also heals Kushina, and yeah, they have a funeral service for Hiruzen as a hero who beat and sealed away the Nine Tails, who created two powerful forces who will be able to save this world. If not the world, this village, and protect it. And created a punching bag for them to release their anger out on. And Hiruzen, though he can't see what's going on, he just has a bad feeling in his gut, like he did something bad, and he feels really bad, even though he doesn't know what he did. Though it's not his fault. He wasn't hoping. He would hope that, these guys wouldn't be such idiots, but he knew deep down that they would abuse one of the triplets, and most likely it would be Naruto. So he felt bad. He felt bad that this was a village he ruled and cared for. These were people he ruled over and cared for as well. Like, he has a bad feeling, and he feels really disappointed in himself that he couldn't do more that day to give Naruto more power to protect himself. But he knew that he tried his best, and that hopefully Naruto will somehow overcome it, as it's in his blood, whether he likes it or not. So we're just gonna go back to the original time, and we're gonna time skip a bit, like a couple hours ahead, as we see Naruto getting chased around. Now, this day was actually, like, when we time skipped back 6 years ago, it was exactly 6 years ago on his birthday. So now he's being chased by a mob that was set up to chase him by Minato, since, not Minato, or whatever. I keep on calling Minato, so I don't care. It was set up by Minato. I don't know. Anyways, it was set up by Minato, so they couldn't, beat him and torture him. Since it would be a bit bad on him to beat his kid publicly, Like, maybe his villagers wouldn't care about that much, and maybe a lot of his shinobi wouldn't, but most definitely a lot of the other villagers would be like, you gonna do that to your son? Like, come on. So, yeah, he makes it private, and he still gets satisfaction off the knowledge that his son is getting brutally beaten. But this time, this beating goes different. Now, Naruto, he gets chased by these mobs, not too often. He does get beaten he does get beaten a lot, and looked down on and neglected a lot, but not this much. But it's only on his birthdays where he's forgotten by his parents, and he's beaten so brutally. He's put in a hospital. only his Uzumaki genes are the reason that he's even alive. So, yeah. Bad life for him. And he's been getting beaten like this since he was 4 years old, so yeah. He's been getting beaten. This is like his 3rd year. And he really, really does not like these beatings. Obviously, like who would? But he knows that it's going to be a part of his life. Well, not for so long. As he runs a bit further and he takes more unorthodox paths. Now he usually gets trapped in the alleyway, but he started to become a bit street smarter. Now he does have his dad's intellect. He seems a bit smarter than his dad is. While his two other twins, I don't know. His two other siblings, they don't seem to have his smarts and natural talent. They don't seem to have his features and his mother's chakra coils. Well, chakra amount. So yeah. He really does not understand why his dad ignores him like this, why his dad abuses him like this, and why his dad allows this to happen. Because he knows his dad is watching over him. He knows that his dad is. So he doesn't understand why anybody would do this to their own child. He's seen the other kids, his friends' parents, they never treat him like this. His friends' parents don't get treated like this. Well, his friends don't get treated like this by their parents. None of the other kids do. Some of his friends' parents even treat him nice, except for Hinata, but he doesn't mind Hinata's dad not treating him nice. He really doesn't care. He's gonna marry Hinata anyway. But he knows that if he, make his feelings public, and if she were to make her feelings public, that Minato would probably marry her off. Well, Minato and would probably what's his name? Dang it, I forgot her dad's name. Hyuga Hiyashi, yeah. Hiyashi would probably marry her off to Mema as spite. She has a good feeling about this happening either way, whether she makes her feelings about Naruto public, but she knows that if she doesn't make her feelings about Naruto public, like to everybody else other than Naruto, that it's probably going to happen a bit later in life. So, yeah. Now, Naruto, like I said, we're going to go back to him. He's just running into the forest. He took a more unorthodox path. A lot deeper into the forest. To a point where the villagers lost him. But he was ultimately lost as well. Now, he's not in the forest of death at all. He's actually a bit outside of the village's borders. And he doesn't know where he is, obviously. Like I said, he's lost. So he's just wandering around, hoping that he could somehow make it home. Because even though a lot of people there hate him, and if he gets back there, they're probably just going to beat him either way. He knows that he has to go back there for Hinata, for Shikamaru, for Choji. He knows he has to go back. But he can't help but want to stay here. He's scared. So he decides to stay in the forest a bit longer and then decide to go home when it's a bit brighter outside. So he wanders into a forest, not a little bit. And he feels this strange power. He feels a tug towards it. So obviously, like the little kid he is, he goes towards the power. And he sees this weird stone. He touches it, and this power envelops him. He doesn't feel any difference, but he doesn't feel any physical or mental differences. Doesn't feel anything increased or anything decreased, but he feels different. But at the same time, he hasn't changed. And he's just like, what's going on? And what's going on? And then this menu just pops up. He's like, and the menu says, if you don't know what's going on, press the help button or the question mark. And I'm just like, what? He stumbles backwards and he sees it get closer, like it's coordinated to his face. And he's just like, what is this? Is this a genjutsu? And the menu says again, if you don't know what's going on, please press the help button or the question mark. And I was just like, he presses the question mark. And it's like, all right. Now, what you see here is a very, very special. And it pauses for a second. Well, and then it says, Kekkei Genkai. And I was just like, Kekkei Genkai? And then the menu, and then this like weird bluish thing comes off the white menu. And it's like, hi, I'll be your helper from now on. Only you can see me and whatever is still inside of you. And I was just like, what do you mean? He lifts his shirt up and the menu bot, that's what I'm going to call it, is like, apply what your world calls chakra to your stomach, through your fingers. If you don't know how to do it, I'll help you, as I am your full help bot. And now it's like, what? I already know how to do it. I'm not stupid. Just, never mind. As he applies chakra, he sees the seal pop up, and he's like, what is that? And the help bot is like, let me inspect it for you. As it goes into the seal. And it talks into his mind. It's like, oh, it seems to be that something soul is sealed inside of you. I can feel its power slowly but surely coming to it. It's poisonous in a way. It also has 9 tails swinging behind it, and it's very barely visible. But I feel that as time goes on, it will gather more chakra from your nature, also known as nature chakra. I think it's what your world calls the 9 tails. The Kyuubi. Real name, Kurama. It's a piece of the 10 tails, the Jubi, which came from the chakra tree. And I was just like, whoa. You're not going fast, but slow down. What's the chakra tree? What's the 10 tails? And wasn't the 9 tails say to my siblings? I mean, this does give a reason why the villagers hate me. They think I'm the demon that killed their family and friends. I guess I would understand. And Hellbot is like, oh, no, you humans are so stupid. But whatever. No, you are not the demon. And them hating you makes no sense. They're very stupid. They should think of you as a hero, as you're keeping its power held back. If you were to die somehow, its soul would come out your body and gather all the nature chakra in the surroundings and destroy this village again. And I have a feeling that nothing would be able to stop it this time. Possibly. I don't know. But yeah, you have a piece of the 10 tails inside of you. And basically the 10 tails is a body of mass destruction that came from Kaguya, also known as the mother of your sage 6 paths. And I was like, the legend? Wait, this is, huh? And the help bot was like, I'll explain it in a bit more detail a bit later on in life, but for now, let me just explain it to you a bit more simple. Now, the 10 tails, like I said, was a power of mass destruction that came from the chakra tree. Now, I'll explain that a bit later on in life for you, once that comes up again, or just a bit later on. Not in life, but maybe tomorrow or something. But it seems that after the Sage of Six Paths and his brother defeated their mother, he became, a legend. This is what happened. This is what helped him unlock his very famous dojutsu, the Rinnegan. But let's get on to the story of the Ten Tails. Now, the Ten Tails was sealed inside of the Sage of Six Paths' mother, and the Sage of Six Paths and his brother, like I said, defeated them both. And Sage of Six Paths sealed the Ten Tails inside of him, but it was poisonous to him. It was killing him from the inside because he was still only half human. Maybe, just maybe, if he was a full Otsutsuki, he would have survived. And I'll explain what an Otsutsuki is later on. But for now, like I said, basically Otsutsuki's, well, this is actually new information for you, but Otsutsuki's are just basically upgraded versions of you guys, of you humans. But yeah, I'll explain them in a bit more detail later on in life. But now, he split up the Ten Tails so that, the power wouldn't corrupt more people. And the Nine-Tailed Beast they would hide in solitude for a very long time until some greedy humans came along and, captured them. That greedy human was known as your first Hokage. And Naruto's like, I heard he was a very good guy. What do you mean, greedy human? He was very nice. And the Help Bod's like, well, wouldn't you want people to say very nice things about you if you were to lead them? Well, he wasn't that very nice of a guy. He was a greedy human. Like everybody. He was, somewhat of a nice guy. But war had gotten to his head. And greed had gotten to his head after he sensed his power. Now, I'll explain that a bit more later, but after defeating Madara Uchiha, Ghost of the Uchiha in your world, he then, split them up, and only an Uzumaki could hold the Nine Tails. And since you're partially Uzumaki because of your mother, you can hold the Nine Tails soul. And even if it had its power, you would still be perfectly fine, from my knowledge. Even though you're only half Uzumaki. And I'm just like, Okay, so you're saying that Ten Tails was massive power destruction that was controlled by Sage Six Paths' mother, to the point where Sage Six Paths had to, defeat his mother and absorb it. And Help was like, well, little did you know, Sage Six Paths wanted the power for himself. But it was really too poisonous for him, so he had to split it apart so that his humankind, his human brothers and sisters, could be stronger and face against any other Otsutsuki threat. But he knew deep down that even with the Ten Tails on their side, these humans would never stand a chance against even two full Otsutsuki. So, yeah. He's greedy. They are. And, yeah. But I'm here to help you control this power. And I shall make you stronger. Stronger beyond your wildest dreams. To the point where you'll even be able to associate and do things as you want in your way. Now, I'll explain your power a bit later on. But for now, I want you to go and hunt after some little rabbits, since you aren't strong enough to hunt after tigers and all that stuff. It's just like, but, what? What do you mean, hunt after them? I have to go back to the village. I have people there who care for me. Even though, a lot of people there don't like me, there's still people there I have to take care of. And Hellbot is like, that's understandable. But first you must get stronger. You can't be weak and want to take care of people. They can't have weak people taking care of them. You understand, don't you? And I was like, that does make sense. Well, can you help me? And Hellbot's like, of course. But in the next part. See you guys tomorrow. Bye.